stitches put in it.
Oh yeah. How come mom
And
don't
it
do the
just
laundry?
comes on you.
How
Well,
come mom don't do it?
huh?
Why don't mom do the laundry?
I'd do it. Mother can't do much anymore.
I'm gonna get me a beer. You want one?
No, 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 no. It would only add to my problem.
Yeah. I very seldom drink beer anymore. Want a soda?
No, no. I'm real full. I can't eat nothing anymore.
Yeah. You know, I call you more on the phone, Dad, but you don't like to talk on the phone. I wish you liked to talk on the phone more.
No, I'm not much on that either.
I know. Well, that's a shame, though, really. Her and I are getting along so good.
Well, that's
We'll
fine.
probably get married next year. I don't know. We're probably gonna try to have it at the house. That's why I didn't want you guys to see the house. I didn't want you to see pictures of the house because we're probably gonna get married at the house. So then you can see the house when we get married.
Say that again. What you just said.
We're probably gonna get married at the house in Glen Burnie. So I'm not trying to. I don't want you to see pictures of the house because you'll see the house when we get married. You'll see the house for the first time. We'll probably get married on the porch. Probably next year. I don't know when. Somewhere. Probably in the spring. Somewhere. Something like that. We're getting along so good. She was having problems. Her job, the guy is really bad. Her boss is bad. He's bad. And all those people there, they put so much stress on her. And then she's stressed out, you know, when she comes home and it's stressed. But before it was really bad because we were up in the air because we didn't have a place to live. Or we didn't, so much going on. Now things are going so much smoother.
That's good.
Yeah. She's really a good woman. She loves me. God, she loves me. Just loves me. I told her, I said, a friend of mine, well, not a friend, a guy I know, this minister, he said, I said, you know, your wife, she's very nice. She seems like a very loving person. And you know what he said? I almost fell over when he said it. He said, sometimes she loves me too much. And I'm like, I'm out there, didn't have anybody for all those years. I'm like somebody standing out in the desert. How can she love you too much? That's you know what I'm saying? But when I told Patty that story,
He would probably be in the mindset that if he would die, that she'd have a hard time after that. That's what he's talking about. To love something too much that you can't do without it when you lose
oh, well, that's one way to think of it. Yeah.
it. It's just like losing a child or something like that. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one way to look at it. I didn't think about it.
That's probably what
Yeah.
he's got in mind.
Yeah. But she's great. I mean, she's got her moods. When she gets in her moods, frankly, you don't want to be around her. But she's doing a lot better with that. Because for all this time, now we've been together now, 3 years we've been together. And you know all this time, in the back of her mind, she keeps thinking I'm going to leave her. No, she does. And she asks me that all the time. She tells me all the time, don't leave me. Because she thinks I'm going to leave her. And I told her today, I said, Patty, after three years and a month, I said, have you finally figured it out then that I'm not going to leave? You know what I mean? So, everything is just going so good. And I told her before, because she's like, it's funny, Dad, she's got like this gauge. I mean, this is crazy. I never heard of nothing like this. She knows how close you are to her. She does. She'll say, I don't feel like we're that close anymore, or we're that, and it's like it's like if you're this close to her, or this close, or this close. So I told her, I said, well, Patty, there's all this foolishness going on around here. Of course I'm not getting any closer to you. I said, but I said, watch, as soon as this is over, we're gonna get closer again. And now we're back close, really closer again. We never really were far away, just little dips and some little problems along the way. But we always jump, we pretty much get out of it. But then only sometimes do we get real close, and we're real close now. But I told her, I said, we're gonna get closer. I told you we would, you know. But she's so used to people leaving her.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
People are an education.
Well, there you go.
These are the best clothes.
The Dickies?
Yep, they last forever.
What size waist are you now?
About a 30, I guess.
Because they look a lot bigger than 30.
Huh?
They look bigger than a 30.
Oh, I don't know. They might be a 36 or something,
Yeah.
but I can't.
Did you get a haircut? Look like you got a haircut.
I lost my strength. Like Samson. Better sit down some more.
Yeah. Well, you had a pretty good life though, Dad, so far. Didn't you retire when you was 54?
Huh?
Didn't you retire at 54?
What?
See, that's the problem. You got to stop bending down. You almost fell trying to bend down.
All I can do is put my head down sometimes.
Yeah.
The doctor said yesterday it's probably my blood pressure.
Oh, yeah?
It's too low.
Too low. Too low? So what did he say you're supposed to do?
He told me to eat more red meat and a lot of salt.
Yeah, well, Patty mentioned that coming over here because about red meat. We were talking about if you have it well done, that takes out the nutrition. You have to don't cook it as well done so you can eat you can get the nutrition. If it's well done, it's got as much nutrition as a shoe. You know. But peanuts, it's got protein. What else? Eggs. Eggs.
What?
Beans and eggs got a lot of protein. Eggs, that's what you need, is eggs. You eat eggs, eat eggs every day. That'll give you enough. They can't hurt you. But I'm saying, you retired when you were 54, didn't you?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, that was a really smart thing to do. That was really smart. See, I was scared you were going to die though when you retired. Because didn't your father retire and then he died right after he retired? So when you retired, I was afraid you were going to die, honestly. But you had a really good life since you retired. You can't beat it. Did what you wanted to do, didn't have to answer to nobody. Well, you got to answer to mother, I forgot about that. Sorry, I forgot that.
I can't figure this stuff out, that whatever it is with me. It's the first time the doctor has ever said anything about low blood pressure. I had the problem getting up quick. I can understand that,
Yeah.
but I can't understand this business. So.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna get this chip. I can go look it up on the internet, Dad, and see what it says. Because I never even heard of it before. I thought the only blood pressure that was high blood pressure either had high or normal. I never heard of low. But I'll look it up. And I'll find out what it is, too. I'll find out what the problem is. Yep. It'll tell you. Believe me. I tell you, I don't care what you want to know, Dad. It's on the internet. It's all look up low blood pressure, I can look up symptoms, causes, symptoms, everything. It'll tell me. And it'll tell you what you're supposed to do.
You know, a lot of times they throw old age at me, and I know I got age on me, but
Right.
I don't think that should be the factor. Not
Yeah.
if you keep going. In other words, to me, you were told when you were young you gotta exercise and all this kind of stuff, but if you keep exercising, why don't you keep one of more or less an even
Right.
plane?
Well, I tell you what I heard, and I don't know how much truth it is to it, but I imagine there's some truth to it. They say as you get older, your metabolism changes. Because of that, that changes. You can't control your metabolism change, and that makes other changes beyond your control.
Nobody ever told me anything about that. I don't even know what it is.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think metabolism has to do with I think it's your ability, what you eat, and how fast or how slow it turns it into energy. I think that's what it is.
Well, I haven't gone any different in what I've eaten.
You've been eating the same all along?
Yeah. I mean, like mother goes out and the girls go out and they're always getting something, you know, that you never heard of before. And I just get the plain stuff that I've always eaten.
You like the plain stuff? Yeah. Well, next time we come up, maybe we'll make you some eggnog. You like eggnog?
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna try this woman's recipe, though. This woman on the internet. We could even make it up, we might make it up here.
My mother used to make it with eggnog ice cream.
Eggnog ice cream.
Use that and then temper it with your whiskey.
Yeah.
And remember, you don't have to get the best whiskey, the more expensive whiskey. You just put the run-of-the-mill whiskey in it and it's okay.
Yeah.
You get the same warming
Yeah.
sensation.
Uh-huh.
You get the taste out of the eggnog, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try it.
You just get the half gallon, whatever it is, and just let it melt. And then if you want it more rich, you put some extra eggs in it, you know, nutmeg.
Yeah. Yeah, this jerk chicken, that has nutmeg in it. It was really good. I gotta tell you, Patty couldn't believe how good it was. And I fixed it. I did the whole thing. Just cut all this stuff up. It was such an easy thing, Dad. She gives you all these things. She says, cut them all up, you know.
Throw them in a pot.
Throw them in a bowl. No, we didn't have to cook it even. Throw them in a bowl, then you put honey over top of it. It binds it all together, and you paint it all over the chicken. The raw, you know, just raw chicken. You just put it all over the chicken on both sides and put it in the refrigerator overnight. And then the next day, you cook it in the pan, and then after about a half hour, you flip it over, and then you coat it some more. You coat it more the next day with the others. And it was so good, you know, but it was easy to make.
But I don't eat a lot. I'm down to a point in weight that I've never known.
Yeah, how much you weigh?
180.
Well, you used to be 200 all the time.
That's right.
But 180 is not that far off of 200.
I wasn't just.
I thought you were going to say
200.
150.
I was usually 210, 215, sometimes as high as 220.
Yeah. Well, I don't think 180 is that bad, though, man.
When I was 18, went to service, they weighed me in at 198.
Oh, yeah. And somebody didn't make a joke about a 198-pound weekly, did they?
Doctor says he doesn't worry about my weight.
No. Yeah, it's because your weight's not low. And it's not too high. At some point, I guess you have to sort of tell yourself, I know you don't want to tell yourself this, but you have to tell yourself that you're going to have to live a little bit more sedentary life. You just have to tell yourself that.
What kind of life?
Sedentary.
What's that?
It means you sit around. I mean, you're not, I'm just saying you're not going to be as active.
I can't do that, John. Stay there, I'm just going over here.
Because you can't take, you don't want to take a chance on falling.
Well, if I fall outside, it's on the grass. This was the first time I've done that.
But as an example, if you were going to lay this down, if you laid it on that table, you wouldn't have had to bend over to get it.
What?
The basket. In other words, the basket, if there was enough, if you just put the basket, look like here, push this off like this, then when you went to go get it, you wouldn't have to bend down to get it. You just pick it up.
Yeah, well, most times everything is loaded.
Well, we'll fix it so there's a spot here then. If you don't want to bend down unnecessarily, you know, bend down only when you have, you know. So, but again, somewhere along the line, you just have to realize that you just have to cut back on things, and that's okay. That's not bad. You're not incapacitated. It's not like you're in a wheelchair or something like that. You just are just not able to do all, like look at me, I'd like to go out and climb a tree. I'd kill myself if I tried to climb a tree. You know, I've had this happen to me a lot of times, Dad. I can't do the things I used to do. I've tried to, this happened to me more than once, and that was a wake-up call to me, like, oh geez, man, I can't do that. I gotta forget about doing that. You know what I mean? That's happened to me a lot of times. There's nothing wrong with it. And you know what I say to myself? I'm getting older. No, that's what I say to myself.
Yeah, kid.
Think about them sports guys. They live such great lives, and then all of a sudden, they can't do anything anymore, and nobody wants to pay them those exorbitant amount of money.
And they were stupid enough when they made it not to.
Save some. That's true. That was stupid. Because they make so much money, how could they not save it? How could you even spend that much money? How could you spend it? And you know, I think I ran into, a few years back when I was doing them stars, I ran into Brooks Robinson at a dinner. You know, he's the nicest damn guy you ever wanted to meet.
He seems to be. Even in his commercial,
Yep.
he seems to be.
Nicest guy. And Ripken's the same way, really.
Yeah, yeah.
But the truth of it is, both of them realized how damn lucky they were to get paid for playing a game.
Yeah, when you think about it, you know,
Yeah.
for playing sports, something
Yeah.
that you like, then you get a
You're
lot
getting
of money
paid
for
a
it.
lot. Well, the poor school teacher who's actually doing something for the world is not making much at all. So, you know, it's crazy.
You know, that's what I don't understand today. You hear so much about that these teachers, especially in college, are talking the United States and its principles down. I don't understand why they allow that. In other words, it's propaganda in the school that degrades the United States and its principles.
Well,
I don't understand that.
I don't know.
And to pay them for it.
No, when I was in school, they didn't talk the United States down, but they told you the truth. They told you
The
that,
truth is one thing,
you know,
but it's just like there's, I forget what this guy's name is. They threw him out, but he's still trying to subvert the United States and its principles. He professed to be an Indian, and Indians are supposed to have whatever you got, so much blood count and all that, you know, to be
Yeah.
out like black.
yeah.
And he had none of them, but that was one of his credentials. And he said how the United States was mean and so forth to Indians. Well, I guess they were, you know, back then, but that's the way it was. You took somebody's ground, they didn't own it, and, you know, this
Right.
kind of stuff.